What do you think is the most quintessentially New York place in the whole city? We're trying to figure out the most quintessentially New York place in the city. What do you think is the most New York thing you can do here?
Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium.
I say Queens, because Queens is diverse.
And maybe it's Madison Square Garden or something.
My personal favorite is Madison Square. Good job. My personal favorite is Madison Square. The Knicks.
I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm gonna say Brooklyn, but
Brooklyn,
you know what I mean?
baby. All right.
So the Garden is my favorite place, but the quintessential New York place I find to be our parks on weekends all 12 months. If you look carefully, whether it's sunny and it's Central Park or a small Washington Square or a small park of a neighborhood, or when it's cold and crappy, if you look carefully at the parks that are around the city, I think they tell the full story.
So the theme of this week's episode is trying to figure out the answer to a simple question. What is the most New York place in New York City? And in our research, we discovered a place none of us had ever been to, the Museum of New York City. So we paid a visit. Maybe this is where we'd find the answer. We're at 103rd Street and 5th Avenue. We're going to the Museum of New York City. We're going to go in there, try and learn some interesting trivia and facts and information about New York. We're going to write questions while we're in there, and then we're going to bring them outside and see what happens. I'm 31. I've lived here for 31 years, and I've never been to this museum. I've never really even heard of this museum. So I'm very excited to go in, check it out, see what's going on. What is the Gilded Age, and when was the Gilded Age? It's like a very quintessentially New York thing. The answer is basically like when all these super rich people were living in New York, like building mansions on Fifth Avenue. Carnegie, Astor, Rockefeller, all these like super rich people were like making bread.
It's pretty interesting that in the 1800s, New York City was the meatiest city. We ate 139 pounds of meat per year per person. I eat like 18 glizzies a week, so, you know, if you average it, carry the one, definitely over 139 pounds of meat each year.
Can't believe back in the day, like if you wanted to call somebody or leave a message or whatever, you would go to Western Union and they would just do Morse code and send your message with dots and dashes. That was the original DM. Before there were Metro cards, how did you get on the subway? Tokens. Henry, you know what this is? You know what this is called?
Okay, I don't even know what it is.
This is a payphone. So before there were cell phones, these used to be on the streets. What do you think about this museum? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's less boring than most.
It's less boring than most. What do you think?
I was good. I thought it was interesting for the first half an hour, but
Then you got bored.
yeah.
All right, well, good to talk to you guys.
Good talking to you.
What's the name of the amusement park in Coney Island? And when was it founded? When was it founded? Do you remember? 1904? 1903. 1943, Adam Clayton Powell Jr. elected to Congress, first African-American New Yorker elected to Congress. There's also a boulevard named after him in Harlem. 1969, Stonewall Uprising begins. What is Stonewall? What's a Stonewall in?
I think this is the greatest thing in this gift store. I think we need one of these.
So, what is the most New York place in New York City? Well, the truth is, there is no answer because it's so many different things. It's Yankee Stadium, Broadway, Chinatown, Central Park, the Brooklyn Bridge. New York is a city that has everything and a place for everyone. And that's why making public opinion in the city is so special. We could ask 100 people the same question and get 100 different answers. Funny thing is, we called ourselves Public Opinion and then proceeded to make a short form show that was all about facts. But what if we use these longer videos to get into opinions like we did last week with what's your favorite thing about New York and this week with what's the most New York place in this city? Well, that's going to be the basis of this YouTube show going forward, at least for a little while. We're going to get the opinions of New Yorkers about all different types of topics and let those opinions dictate what happens on the show. So if that's interesting to you, please subscribe. Peace.